Now, the country's leading doctors and former health secretaries have written to Prime Minister Modi this week, asking for his intervention after a parliamentary panel's scathing indictment of the Medical Council of India. The report says there's rampant corruption in the body and has called for a major revamp.
Corrupt and greedy medical practices. Medical colleges run as business ventures. Coast faculty and fake patients. The medical regulator of India has failed. Scathing words by former health secretaries and eminent doctors, hoping to serve as a wake-up call for the Prime Minister. Citing the Parliamentary Committee's own report which called for major revamp, this letter to Prime Minister Modi demands that eminent members should be nominated to the Council because elections can be rigged. The curricula for graduate and postgraduate should be revamped. Accreditation, regulation and education functions of the MCI should be separated.
What we have urged to the PM is that please don't restart again, because how long can we go on discussing? Already several recommendations are there. The options of risks and benefits are there. So it's a question of a political choice.
The Council has been battling corruption charges since 2010, when former MCI chief Ketan Desai was arrested by CBI for allegedly accepting a bribe of 2 crores from medical colleges. Since then, Mr. Desai has been in and out of jail and also in and out of the Council. Now, as he hopes to become the boss of the world's top medical ethics body, the Council he leaves behind is still haunted by serious issues of ethics. But sources in the Council claim Operation Cleanup is on track. Inspections have been streamlined since January 2014, where 3-member committee of government college professors go in for college inspections. Over 10,000 faculty members have been trained in orientation programs since 2014, and last year changes were recommended in the curricula. But the fact that despite these efforts, in a country where at least 8 new medical colleges spring up every year, quality doctors remain elusive. Issues like ghost faculty in colleges have been exposed by NDTV, and the MCI admits it has penalized 10 medical colleges over past 2 years for this.
Council will not be in a position to be monitoring the colleges around the year. Let us not put things on me which do not fall under my mandate. Location of medical college, medical council has nothing to do with it. Of course, quality concerns have to be addressed, and it is a continuous process.
It's time to revamp the medical education regulator. That's the recommendation made in this report. But will this report lead to a drastic measure, like scrapping the Medical Council of India altogether? A council which has been fighting corruption allegations and trying to rebrand its image for over 6 years now. With Pooja Arya reporting from Delhi, Tanima Biswas for NDTV.
Well, joining us here in the studio is Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra from the Medical Council of India. You saw him in the story there. Dr. Samiran Nandi, the Dean of the Gangaram Postgraduate Institute, is here in the studio as well with us. Dr. Mishra, the Parliamentary panel's report is actually very scathing. You, in the story, have described the question of, changes and bringing more accountability into the system as a continuous process. But when you read about what they've said, the quality of medical education at its lowest ebb, the fact that there's a shortage of quality teachers, that there's corruption and vested interests in the MCI, in the Medical Council that you represent, that has ensured the uneven distribution of medical colleges in the country. Doesn't this call for a complete revamp of the Medical Council?
Look, we need to take facts in their proper stride, and therefore I will be wanting to be making very loud and clear in order to put the facts straight. 1996 to 2016, this 20 years period, I would like to be describing in 4 distinct situations. 1996 to 2001, elected president in the Medical Council of India. 2001 to 2002, nominee of the High Court put as administrator. 2002 to 2009, Supreme Court nominee at the helm of affairs. 2009 to 2010, again elected president at the helm of affairs. 2010 to 2013, 3 sets of members of the board of management, 6 members nominated thrice in a period of 3.5 years by the government of India, and then the reconstituted Medical Council of India. If you take into consideration, it was the Supreme Court in the year 2002 November, it ordered that the council will be monitored by a 4-member committee in which eminent medical men were included. And the mandate which was given to them was twofolds. A, They will be looking into the functioning of the council prior to 5 years, means from 1996
You're getting
to
into
2002.
technicalities. The point is that one second. I think we're going off on a tangent. This is a report that a parliamentary panel has submitted only a month ago.
That's
you
right.
have doctors like Dr. Nandi who have written to the Prime Minister. He signed on that letter saying that now you need to intervene and do something about that report.
Precisely.
How do you answer the charges of corruption and vested interest?
Precisely.
Let's not go into history.
Precisely. That's what I'm saying.
Question.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Council has been monitored by a 4-man committee nominated by the Supreme Court, which has looked into the functioning for 12 years, 1996 till 2009. And therefore, 3 reports which have been submitted, exhaustive in nature, which are with the various authorities, including the Government of India and the Supreme Court. Things have been very well loud and clear that the entire decision making in the council has been in strict consonance with the governing rules and regulations. So this period has been certified over there.
So then why has the parliamentary panel's report said
and that's
this?
what I'm wanting to put the record straight. That council has been monitored by a 4-man committee. That report has been absolutely loud and clear. 2009 and 10, the allegations which have been put across, they have been looked into by the concerned agencies. Courts have taken note of it, and ultimately the charges have been dropped. 2002, 2000.
No. You know, I'm going to interrupt you there because you're getting into 2010, 2009.
I am coming to.
Please look at what the parliamentary panel says, and Dr. Nandi come in on this. It talks about the fact that the quality of medical education is pathetic in this country. It's at its lowest ebb, is the exact words that are used. That the current model of education is not producing the right type of health professionals. It talks about corruption. It talks about vested interests, shortage of quality teachers, failing to produce doctors, including specialists who can serve the needs of the country. This is not about 2010. This is about a systematic decline and a rot within the system that has obviously happened over a long period of time. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's obvious. I mean, you can look at the history, but we have to actually look at the end result. The end result is a terrible situation where we are producing doctors in private institutions, which are now nearly the majority in the country, who have not been taught, who don't have patience, and who have bought their seats at 1 to 2 crores. So once they qualify, they have to make the 1 to 2 crores somehow. We've done a study which is going to be published in Current Medicine Research and Practice recently, in 3 days, that 67% of all the medical colleges in India have not produced a single cited paper between 2005 to 2014. And these mainly medical colleges in Karnataka, Kerala, where there are a lot of private medical colleges.
And so who's
and
to
it
blame?
is really terrible, it's shameful.
And therefore you are asking for a complete overhaul of the Medical Council of India now.
Yeah, I think obviously, as the committee has said, one should be on education, and there should be a major stress on ethics. And we doctors are losing their premier place as a great profession because they are becoming businessmen.
Dr. Mishra?
Ma'am, the intervention which has been put across for the postgraduate thesis way back in the year 2009, incorporating that every student will be producing one poster, scientific, during his 3 years of study, one scientific presentation, and before he goes for his examination, he will be required to be producing a research paper published in the index journal. This particular regulation is already in vogue, and therefore the quality of the research inculcation in the postgraduate program by virtue of this intervention qualitatively has improved. Not only that, Medical Council has come out with a notification in terms of the minimum requirements that every medical school will have a research cell, and the composition, functions, mandate and the duties
So
of...
everything is wonderful. I mean, the parliamentary panel is wrong, Dr. Nandi and everyone else is... You have someone like Ketan Desai who I think continues to be, you know, the head of the Medical Council with very serious charges against him. How does that happen in this country, Dr. Nandi? How does that happen when a man with serious charges against him and not a clean sheet yet from the courts heads the Medical Council of India? What does that tell you about the Medical Council's functioning?
That is very sad, and I think that we should look at the General Medical Council of Britain, which has a large number of NGOs and members of civil society, and not only doctors. And it's very important, I think, to nominate members, but not nominate members from the ruling political party, but nominate members who are of a certain stature, in the medical profession, and there are a lot. And I think it's a great thing to be a doctor in India, because patients are generally so grateful. There's so many interesting problems to
It's
solve.
a noble profession, but which is
Yeah.
why, Dr. Mishra, it's
But I
scary
think
that
we are
the quality
losing-
of doctors has declined.
Madam, see, let us put the records straight. I mean, let there not be any ambiguities. Madam, what exactly is the charge connotation in the year 2010 that we are referring to? A college?
No. I'm
Madam,
not getting into 2010.
See, madam,
Let us
again
talk
I am telling you,
you have to talk about where things stand today.
Madam,
And please don't wave papers
see,
at me. Here is a report by this parliamentary panel which is talking about corruption in the
Madam,
Medical Council of India. It is
is
talking about a shortage of doctors. It is talking about a shortage of quality teachers, a lack of specialists. It's talking about corruption in the system.
Madam,
please don't show me
No,
2010.
again, I am please telling you, there are certain documents which need to be known to the country.
It's not about
Now, this
documents. It's about a system that is corrupt and needs to be revamped.
And that's exactly what I'm dealing. I will be dealing on all four prints. Please
No. I'm not
all
getting,
four prints. Give me a time.
either you answer the question, please. You're deviating. You're going off on a
Madam, I am
tangent.
answering a question. These are the four poses which the President Medical Council of India put in the year 2014. These are the replies which have been received, which candidly speak that no money has been traced, no money was recovered, and absolutely the case, the disproportionate case has been closed. This is not my communication. This is the communication from the official CBI onto that particular context. What I am wanting to put across, ma'am, issues and concerns which are being raised. A, we are talking of the curriculum. B, we are talking of the shortage. C, we are talking of location of medical colleges. And D, we are talking of the quality of the graduates. Let me clarify one.
Let me clarify
one by one.
We're also talking about corruption.
Let me clarify
Does
one
that
by
not
one.
exist?
Ma'am, when it comes to location of a medical college,
I'm asking about corruption in the MCI.
therefore, I am telling you, I was telling you that you stop me. I am saying the 20 years of the council, they have been under monitoring. And in that monitoring, there are reports after reports.
So therefore, the parliamentary panel is making this up?
I am putting...
These
madam,
doctors sitting next to you are making it up?
I am putting up I am not putting up a defense. I am putting up the record straight. What I am wanting to put across to you is periods which we have distributed in these 2 decades, they have been, as far as the reconstituted Medical Council of India is concerned, madam, from 2013 to as of now, there is nothing which is on record and there is no whisper which has been made about it. 1997 to 2009, it has been under surveillance of an ad hoc committee. There are 3 reports of the Supreme Committee which have been put
what
across.
you see is that as far as Dr. Mishra is concerned, the Medical Council of India is absolutely clean.
No, I am on
That's
the
what you're
contrary.
saying.
On the
No,
contrary.
1 second. I'm giving the Dr. Nandi the last word on this.
On the contrary, ma'am, I
please don't-
have
I
this
cannot see
document to
any
put
more
across
papers.
which has been there before the Parliament and which
Yes,
does not find a part
I'm
in the...
also showing you a parliamentary committee.
I am
For
showing
every
you,
paper
I
you
am
show me, I'll
showing
show
you,
you
I am
5.
showing you a presentation
Dr.
in the
Nandi.
Parliament which does not find a reflection in the report, which does not find even a whisper.
So
What
I'm
exactly
asking,
it is?
why did the parliamentary panel, I mean, you are an observer of this more than the parliamentary panel. You know better than anyone else here about what is going on and what's going wrong.
I must say, I've read the parliamentary panel and standing committee thing, and I think it is really a wonderful report. And it has done a great service to Indian medicine. I think that if it's implemented, medical education will improve, the quality of healthcare will improve, and it will become cheaper. And these are 3 things that we need in this country.
All right, I'm going to thank you both very much for joining us tonight on what is a very important debate, and I hope that at some level the Medical Council of India realizes the need to change something somewhere, that it isn't all hunky-dory. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.